It really is accomplishing what we hoped it would.
The Family Partnership Learning Garden that exists today began with a vision.
Many of the children that we serve do not get a chance to be outdoors much. They live in neighborhoods that are often not safe. Often their parents are afraid to take them outside because of violence, or they're just not comfortable in an outdoor setting.
It's very, very nice.
A place for toddlers to play and learn that includes brand new playground equipment courtesy of a generous donation from Lowe's, and a tricycle track surrounded by safe rubber mulch, purchased thanks to the Greenman Gift, a significant financial contribution from Bright Horizons Foundation for Children in memory of Jim Greenman, a legend in the child care world. But getting to that point
baby.
took months of hard work.
We don't have a good space for the little kids, the toddlers, to play. So that's the playground that's going to be put in over the side here.
That was this past July. Back then, the space was covered with weeds, overgrown shrubbery, and outdated equipment. So before Lowe's could come in to install the new playground equipment, a group from Sigma Lambda Beta fraternity had to clear the area.
It just feels good inside to know that you're helping and you're not just sitting there on the side just watching.
That process was merely step one. Next on the agenda,
we're making a path for the kids on tricycles.
Building the tricycle track.
Yeah, there was an existing ground here. We leveled it out until we hit the tree roots up there, and then brought in 20 ton of class 5 rock and put it in here and built it up for the racetrack.
Once the dirt was laid down, and after a few minor tweaks that involved repositioning the track on the other side of the tree, came the asphalt. It took several workers the better part of a day to smooth it out before finally turning it into a track fit for the toddlers' tricycles.
It's unrecognizable to what it looked like 2 months ago.
But you can't really have a garden without dirt, and this space needed massive amounts of it, which required a group of volunteers armed with shovels and wheelbarrows the better part of several days to move around the various parts of the playground. Fast forward to September, and the changes are immense. With Miley Cyrus blaring in the background, the volunteers from Lowe's position themselves in the space within the tricycle track to install the long-awaited playground equipment, which was no easy task due to some unanticipated obstacles.
And we've got vines from the tree and rocks.
All joking aside, the learning garden was starting to take shape. New plants were being placed around the track, a waterfall was installed, and the gazebo that in July looked unfit for human occupation suddenly didn't look as scary.
We're getting to the end here, 2 weeks away from the grand finale.
On October 1st, the space was nearly complete. A group of volunteers consisting mainly of sorority members from Delta Phi Omega placed mulch near the newly installed swing set, others painted, and some laid brick. Meantime, a few of the guys present that day pounded in stakes around the perimeter of the fence.
So we just had a tremendous outpouring of donations.
Meanwhile, gardening expert Bonnie Blodgett worked to put her personal touch on the learning garden with a number of donated plants that she collected after making a personal plea in an article she wrote for the Pioneer Press.
You know, these kids have fairly chaotic lives for the most part, and we're going to try to give them a place where they can go and just find some solace in something that will, believe it or not, look like nature someday.
And just last week,
We have a nice little platform that the kids can walk over and sit on to enjoy the water and to go from one space to the next.
some of the finishing touches were put on what can truly be called a labor of love.
I know, it's unbelievable.
In the end, nearly 300 people put in more than 1,000 volunteer hours to transform the space into a safe place for young children to play.
We moved in a year ago, and we would look at the lot and I'd say, now just picture this. And everybody'd say, yeah, right. Because it was so overwhelming. And then the tornado came and just kind of moved us along in the right direction. And it really helped us develop a beautiful space for kids. And for adults, we're pretty excited about it too.